You probably remember the headline. Paytm Payments Bank got hit by the regulator, the stock crashed, and a lot of people quietly wrote the company off. That part was everywhere. What is harder to see is what happened next, because the comeback was not one dramatic moment. It was 4 quiet decisions. In January 2024, a single order from the Reserve Bank of India wiped out about a fifth of Paytm's value in one day. 2 years later, the same company posted its first profit for a full year since it went public. Reading the decisions between those 2 points straight from the numbers is one of the most useful things an MBA teaches. So let me read this one properly. Before the 4 decisions, here is the map. 6 steps start in November 2021. Paytm goes public in the biggest share sale India had ever seen, priced at 2,150 rupees. Then it falls and keeps falling. By late 2022, it is near 310. January 2024, the big blow. The Reserve Bank orders Paytm Payments Bank to stop taking new deposits. The stock drops about 20% the next day. August 2024. Paytm sells its movie and event ticketing business to Zomato for a little over 2,000 crore rupees. April 2025, the regulator cancels the Payments Bank license for good. The bank is over. And then the turn. Through the year that ends in March 2026, the company strings together profitable quarters and closes its first profitable full year. The first thing an MBA asks in a crisis is simple. Why did one order do so much damage? The answer is that the Payments Bank was not a side business. It was wired into the middle of everything Paytm did. The wallet people topped up, the FASTag on their car, the account that settled money to shopkeepers. A lot of it ran through that one bank. So when the Reserve Bank told that bank to stop, it did not break one product. It shook the whole system at once. Paytm itself said that the hit to its yearly earnings could be 300 to 500 crore rupees. There is a plain name for this: concentration risk. When one supplier, one client, or in this case, one license can take the whole business down, you are not as strong as your growth makes you look. And the lesson travels to any company, and honestly, to any career. Before you admire how big something is, find the one thing it cannot survive losing. That single dependency is the real measure of how safe it is. Here is where most people expected Paytm to do the obvious thing: fight everywhere at once, launch new things to prove it was fine. It did the opposite. It got smaller on purpose. In August 2024, it sold its movie and event ticketing business, the one behind Ticketnew and Insider, to Zomato for a little over 2,000 crore rupees. A profitable, well-known business, and it let it go. Read through an MBA lens, that sale is not a retreat. It is focus. Ticketing was never the core. Payments and lending were. Selling the side business did 2 things at once. It brought in cash when cash mattered most, and it freed the team to fix the part that actually decides the company's future. This is capital allocation in reverse. Most of the time, leadership decides where to put money. In a crisis, the harder skill is deciding what to walk away from. So when a company, under pressure, starts cutting instead of adding, do not assume it is losing. Ask what it kept and why. Often, the smartest move in a bad year is subtraction. The third question is the one an MBA never skips. Not how much money comes in, how it comes in. After the shock, Paytm leaned into 2 engines. The first is merchant payments. Those little card machines and sound boxes at shop counters run on a monthly subscription. Predictable money that arrives whether or not you buy anything that day. The second engine is the interesting one. Paytm helps you get a loan, but it does not lend you its own money. It connects you to banks and lenders and earns a fee for bringing in the customer. The loan sits on the lender's books, not Paytm's. So it earns from the loan without carrying the risk of you not paying it back. That is a very different kind of business from the one everyone argued about. Lighter, steadier, and it improves as it grows because the costs are already built and each new merchant adds more than it costs to serve. The habit to copy is this: when a company says revenue is up, do not stop at that number. Ask where that money comes from and whether that source is fragile or durable. Two companies can report the same revenue and be worth completely different amounts purely because of how they earn it. Which brings us to the number that settles it. For years, the argument about Paytm was a story. Big user base, famous brand, huge potential. Stories are easy to tell and easy to doubt. Then, the story turned into a profit and loss statement. In the year ending March 2026, the company made a profit for the full year for the first time since it listed, 552 crore rupees. And the swing in its operating profit from the year before was over 2,000 crore. Sit with why that matters. A turnaround is only real when it shows up in the accounts, not in a press release. Users can grow while a company still bleeds cash. Profit is harder to fake. And notice what the market did. From that low near 310, the share price recovered to over 1,100 by the middle of 2026. Still well below where it first listed. So this is a recovery, not a victory lap. Here is the discipline in all of this. We never once guessed where the stock goes next. An MBA is not built to predict prices. It is built to check whether a comeback is backed by real profit or is just a good story waiting to disappoint. 4 decisions. Find the one weakness that can sink you. Cut back to the part that matters. Fix how the money actually comes in and let real profit, not a good story, prove the turn. That is the whole comeback, read as a sequence instead of a stock chart. Reading a business this calmly is exactly the habit of our General Management MBA at JAIN Online is built to trade. You learn to see a company as a set of risks and cash engines, put a value on it, and judge whether a strategy is really working. And you practice it with the same AI tools analysts open every day, like ChatGPT and Microsoft Copilot. You just watch the lens work on one company. In the program, you run it on many, until asking these 4 questions becomes automatic. If reading a business this way is a skill you want, subscribe. This is the channel that takes one company apart at a time.